Thank God for the brave, because we're the ones who are going to save this planet, and we're the ones who are going to make change, and we're going to save each other. I've only been a vegan for 2 years. You think I got this whole thing figured out? Yeah, I do. Ha ha ha! But shit did I struggle. Basically, this is a video for my friend Dawn and for anybody who's considering veganism. If you haven't watched the video before this, please do, and I also address how to deal with family members. We're going to talk about how to deal with your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. Hi, baby! Oh, I love TT. I'm in love with you. Okay. When it comes to what you said, my husband will divorce me. Well, if he's going to divorce you for that, then good riddance. Find someone else that, you know, wants you to be happy and healthy and who shares interests with you and takes your interests seriously and respects your opinions and your mind. But I doubt that's the case, that I don't think he'll divorce you, and you love him and he's a good man. So I think the best thing to do when it comes to husbands or boyfriends is ask them to watch the documentaries with you, so at least they know where you're coming from. So there's I think maybe 4 major documentaries I always recommend to people, and each of them cover a different aspect of veganism. So you have Earthlings, which is a full-length documentary, and the narrated by Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix, yeah, you know him? Okay, so maybe you don't, but I do. He's hot, and he's a vegan. I'll walk the line, you know, Joaquin. Okay, so that's a full-length documentary that covers a lot of different things. It covers the animal agriculture, you know, eating animals. It covers leather. It covers puppy mills, which I skipped. Yeah, I had to skip the puppy mills. I got really, like, actually physically sick when I first became a vegan because of the stress and the pain. But I watched everything because I knew that I wanted to speak out actively for it, and I knew that I needed to know everything that I could. But it destroyed me. 10-minute video by Paul McCartney, so Paul and his daughter are both vegans, is If Slaughterhouses Had Glass Walls, and that's all over YouTube. Another tiny documentary is Meet Your Meat. Cowspiracy is a documentary that was produced by Leonardo DiCaprio. I don't know if that gives it any credibility, but it works for me. And that is about the environment. So the effects that the animal agriculture has on the environment. Then there is Forks Over Knives, which is about health. So watch a documentary from each one of the categories with your husband. And also I suggest the Greatest Speech Ever by Gary Yourofsky. And that's all over YouTube, but make sure you watch the full-length one. And I already gave you a piece of that. I'm talking to my friend here, but to all you new vegans, I'm talking to you too. But Gary Yourofsky is probably the biggest animal rights, or vegan activist, animal rights as well, in the planet. And I love him and respect him, and he's completely authentic. But he goes around the world and he's converted like thousands upon thousands of people to veganism. But the funny thing is, going back to the family, he says straight up, your family and your friends are the hardest crowd. And he says, I have converted hundreds of thousands of people, strangers, into vegans, but I never had a chance with my family and friends. Eventually his dad did go vegan though, but that was eventually. So, okay, I would say sit your husband down and watch those documentaries with him together, and at least he'll know where you're coming from. And it might have a surprising effect, because this is what I did when I became a vegan. I sat my husband down and we watched these documentaries, and was a huge meat eater, coming from a family of hunters. That's their culture, and that's, you know, how they grew up, and that's the norm. So I never expected him to go vegan. I just wanted him to understand where I was coming from. And the first one he watched was Gary Yarovsky's video, and after the first one, he turned to me and said, okay, so I guess I'm a vegan now. And that was it. And he's never gone back. And he will tell you he loves the food more than he loved the meat, and he loves his health, and he loves his energy, and he talks to everyone about it. It's something that excites him, and he shares with everyone. He talks more actively about being a vegan than I do, but it's just because he's so pumped, like he wants to share his knowledge. Okay. So yes, with your husband, do that. And he'll watch them with you out of respect. Of course he will. And you don't know how it's going to end up. We're going to talk about in the next video. The video after that is basically how do you even start switching from eating meat to not, like the overwhelmingness of changing everything you know about meals. The video after that is about YouTube and the resources how valuable it is to watch other vegans on YouTube, and my favorite YouTube channels that helped me through, definitely through the first year and still inspire me to this day. And I'm YouTube. The one after that is about social, getting a community, having a support group through social media, and the new social media that I've found that I'm setting up my home at, and setting up a place where everybody can join me. So yeah, please tune in to the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one. I have so many recipes I want to share and fun stuff. So, okay, subscribe and like and comment, and I will see you on my social media. I'm on Sue, TSU. This is my main form of social media. I'm starting a vegan group, so it's sort of like, it's just like a hangout. Yeah. Anyways, so my Sue link is in my description, and I'll put it in the listing below. Okay, strength is in numbers. I know that for a fact. You know,